The Fate of America, written in Bible. This is an interpretation of the Book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 11. On the second night I had a dream. I saw an eagle with 12 feathered wings and 3 heads rising up from the sea. The eagle represents America, and the 12 wings represent the 12 American presidents. Hoover, Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, and Clinton. Out of its wings grew opposing wings. These became small, tiny wings. Verse 4. Its heads were at rest. The middle head was larger than the other heads, but it was also at rest with them. These additional wings are called little wings. At this point, we don't know how many of them are there. 5. I kept looking and saw the eagle flying with its wings to rule over the earth and over those who lived on the earth. Verse 6. I saw how everything under the heaven was made to submit to it, and no one opposed it, not a single creature that lives on the earth. 7-11. I looked and saw the eagle rise on its talons and call out its wings, saying, Don't all watch together, let each one sleep in its place and take turns watching. But the heads will be kept for the end. Note, the eagle's heads are preserved for the last. They come into play sometimes after the 12 presidents. And I looked that the voice didn't come from its head, but the middle of its body. I counted its opposing wings, and there were 8 of them. Verse 12. A wing arose on the right side, and it ruled over the whole earth. It's Mr. President Herbert Hoover, who ruled from 1929 to 1933. Verse 13-17. And after a time, its reign came to an end, and it disappeared, so that even its place was no longer visible. Then the next wing rose up and reigned, and it continued to reign a long time. While it was reigning, its end came also, so that it disappeared like the first. And a voice sounded, saying to it, Listen to me, you who have ruled this earth for all this time. I announce this to you before you disappear. After you, no one shall rule as long as you have ruled, not even half as long. Did it happen? Yes, exactly as it's written. Roosevelt was elected 4 times. He died during his 4th term. No president after him held the office of presidency as long as he did. Verse 18 and 19. Then the third wing raised itself up and held the rule as the earlier ones had done, and it also disappeared. And so it went with all the wings. They wielded power one after another, and they were never seen again. Verse 20 and 21. I kept looking, and in due time the wings that followed also rose up on the right side in order to rule. There were some of them that ruled yet disappeared suddenly, and others of them rose up but did not hold the rule. Verse 22 and 23. And after this I looked and saw that the 12 wings and the 2 little wings had disappeared, and nothing remained on the eagle's body except 3 heads that were at rest and 6 little wings. First there were 8 little wings, now there are only 6. 2 wings disappeared. Clinton was the last of 12 wings. Clinton's presidency was from Jan 20, 1993 to Jan 20, 2001. 2 wings disappeared refers to the death of Ronald Reagan in June 2004 and Ford in December 2006. Verse 24. As I kept looking, I saw that 2 little wings separated from the 6 and remained under the head that was on the right side, but 4 remained in their place. 4 wings were Al Gore, John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders. Verse 25 to 28. Then I saw that these little wings planned to set themselves up and hold the rule. As I kept looking, one was set up, but suddenly disappeared. The second also, and this disappeared more quickly than the first. Bush won a straight-up victory over John Kerry, and there was no recount. He disappeared even more quickly than Al Gore. While I continued to look, the 2 that remained were planning between themselves to reign together, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. While they were planning, one of the heads that were at rest, the one that was in the middle, suddenly awoke, and it was greater than the other 2 heads, and I saw how it allied the other 2 heads with itself, and how the head turned with those that were with it and devoured the 2 little wings that were planning to reign. Trump defeated Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Sanders was sure that he was going to win DNC primary nomination, but Clinton took it instead. Clinton was certain that she was going to win the presidency. The polls were in her favor, the major TV networks predicted it, she had celebration parties planned, but they all had to be cancelled at last minute. Moreover, this head gained control of the whole earth, and with much oppression dominated its inhabitants. It had greater power over the world than all the wings that had gone before. Verse 33. After this, I looked again and saw the head in the middle suddenly disappear, just as the wings had done. Verse 33 to 41. But the 2 heads remained, which also in like manner ruled over the earth and its inhabitants. And while I looked, I saw the head on the right side devour the one on the left. Then I heard a voice saying to me, Look in front of you and consider what you say. When I looked, I saw what seemed to be a lion roused from the forest, roaring, and I heard how it uttered a human voice to the eagle, and spoke, saying, Listen, I will speak to you. The Most High says to you, Are you not the one that remains of the 4 beasts that I had made to reign in my world, so that the end of my times might come through them? You, the 4th has come, have conquered all the beasts that have gone before, and you have held sway over the world with great terror, and over all the earth with grievous oppression, and for so long you have lived on earth with deceit. You have judged the earth, but not with truth. For you have oppressed the meek and injured the peaceable. You have hated those who tell the truth and have loved liars. You have destroyed the homes of those who brought forth fruit and have laid low the walls of those who did no harm. Your insolence has come up before the Most High, and your pride to the Mighty One. The Most High has looked at his times. Now they have all ended, and his ages have reached completion. Therefore, you eagle will surely disappear, you and your terrifying wings, your most evil little wings, your malicious heads, your most evil talents, and your whole worthless body, so that the whole earth, freed from your violence, may be refreshed and relieved, and may hope for the judgment and mercy of Him who made it.